Joel and welcome back to the channel, and today you join me once again with my Abarth UK 2018 595 Competizione. But next to it, as you might see, is another podium blue Abarth. This one is a 2016 Series 3 Abarth 595, owned by my friend just off camera here, Luke, LK Horizon on YouTube. You've owned this car for a fair while now.
Yeah, since the end of 2017.
Okay, so you've got like some good insights into the car, of course. And this being sort of a Series 3 and mine being a Series 4, we thought it'd be interesting to sort of do a comparison of the two, go over some of the features, be it performance stats, different cosmetic looks that you might already have noticed, and yeah, really just go through what the differences are between these two models.
Okay then, Luke, so why don't we start with you, as you're the man in the know. Yeah, just chatting to us about your car, and then I guess we can start looking at how that really differs from my Series 4.
Okay, sure thing. So yeah, like you said at the start of the video, my car is a 2016 Series 3 Abarth 595. Recently I sort of like did its own sort of personal review, talking about how it's basically the basic spec in the Abarth lineup. So it's just a simple 140 brake horsepower. So underneath the bonnet, it's basically the same engine. The only main sort of major difference between your car and my car is that yours has got a bigger turbo, mine's got the smaller IHR, yours has got the Garrett 1446 turbo or whatever it is. All around the car, as you can see, it's fairly standard. We've got the standard headlights, you've got the newer updated Series 4 look. We've got chrome badging all around, all these chrome details, so like front badge, door handles around on the boot lid, or stuff like that. For the wheels, we've got 17-inch Trofeo style alloys finished in anthracite grey. We've also got red brake calipers and red centre caps. So I've lowered it, H&R lowering springs, 12 and 16mm wheel spacers, and then around the back we've just got a Bombardoni 2.0 back box delete exhaust, which sounds absolutely phenomenal.
Nice.
Yeah. So like I say, in comparison, they're fairly similar cars, except yours is a comp, so 180 brake horsepower, 140. This is a lot better in my opinion.
Okay.
It's got the save out seats, they're much more firm. I mean, you probably wouldn't like the ride quality. I've just got the standard seats, they're a lot more comfortable, but they're much racier, more Abarth. You've got a carbon steering wheel, all stuff like that, whereas mine, again, just fairly basic. The only thing which I can say which I have, which you don't have, is an Italian stripe on the 12 o'clock marker on the steering wheel.
Which is very cool, actually. I think that suits the car a lot.
That feature so much.
Lastly, before we jump in the cars then, I thought it would be quite interesting to see what they actually sound like from the outside. Obviously, Luke's has had a back box delete, but we've both got the quad exhaust. Mine sounds really good. And I haven't really heard it from the outside myself, so I'm going to get them to rev in a second, switch them on, and yeah, we're just going to see what the differences are really between the sound of these two. I don't think it'll be that much.
Right, so let's first hear Luke's 595. That sounds amazing. And how does this one sound?
Okay, here we go. I've got Luke in the 595 Competizione with me. This is the press car, this is the newer one. I wanted to get Luke in here because he's the owner of the 595, the older model, less powerful. So I wanted to sort of, I mean, you've experienced these before, but I wanted to get your impressions for my viewers on the differences you sort of just initially noticed, and then we'll just do a quick one in here and hop out and get in your one, and I'll see if I can notice anything.
Yeah, of course.
So I've got the car in sport mode.
Of course.
Which is, I guess, how you have to have it on roads like this.
Yeah, that's a must-have if you have an Abarth.
Absolutely. Let's just give it a little bit of power here. It does pull nicely. How do you find the seats? Are they?
They're much more supportive.
Yeah.
But they're a lot more harsh than my seats.
Yeah.
Because obviously they've got the plastic backing, they're sort of more fixed. But they're, like I say, they're much more supportive. You do feel like you're in a proper race car in these seats. So it's definitely something which I prefer. I'm not sure about you, first experiences.
I wonder if you'd still prefer it if you were using it all the time. Because after a few days my back is suffering somewhat. But I think it's more because of the driving position I'm not used to.
Yeah.
Sort of sitting on top of it, whereas in my converter, in my Z4, I'm sort of slouched back with my legs right in front.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, I like the seats actually. Aesthetically, they look awesome.
Yeah, they do look amazing, and especially like if they were the carbon-backed ones, then
yeah,
just
they look
amazing in carbon. They look so good.
So in terms of the power, then, if we just go into, let's go down to second actually. 140 in yours, 180 in this.
Yep.
Can you notice any difference?
Yeah.
Obviously, it's tricky. You're not driving, but
you do instantly feel the car pulling. It's got a lot more grunt low end.
yeah.
And it pulls like an absolute train. It really does.
It is fun. I have to say, I can't work out if it's faster than my Z4 or not. Maybe I'll have to do some sort
Be an
of
interesting comparison there.
comparison there. But yeah, it feels fast. I think again because of what it is and where you sit, it feels pretty quick.
And of course, because it's so lightweight as well.
Yeah.
That's obviously going to make a difference. It's like you can have all the power in the world, but if your car's heavy,
it's not going to go.
it's not going to go anywhere.
Exactly.
Whereas this, it weighs, I think, just over a ton. And
Yes.
you've got 180 brake, so
It's pretty fun.
it's a significant amount. It's nothing crazy, but you can have a serious amount of fun in it.
And I do. So are are you noticing any other observations?
Well, I think like the only other major difference between this and my car is the brakes.
Okay.
Like you've got the Brembos in this, which are much bigger, they're vented, and I feel like they're much better for like, if you're properly on it, you're going to need that stopping power.
Yeah.
With that power increase, you're going to need to balance it out with the stopping power, so...
This would be fantastic on a track day.
It would.
Absolutely. I mean,
Really
I experienced a 695 on a track day once, and that
Yeah.
was brilliant. But yeah, I guess those brakes would be perfect for that
Yeah.
as well. And I haven't noticed them fading at all. They've just been very good.
That's
Not that I've really pushed it.
That is something which I have noticed with mine, just being the standard brakes, when I have been sort of pushing it, going around the tight turns, country B roads, that sort of thing. If you've been on the brakes quite a lot, you do notice them start to lack after a while.
Yeah.
Which
It's not always the most reassuring thing,
it's
is
not really, no. And there have been one or two close calls, but
What about tell you what, this cracker window. What about the sound?
yeah.
Because yours has got a backwash delete, but you said in your video.
But it just doesn't seem as loud, and I'm so surprised.
I'm just going to slow down a little bit more. Lovely little gear change there. I love that when you let off and it's just...
It's got a sort of like farty backfire to it, doesn't it?
Fart
sometimes.
can.
Yeah. It is a
does
lot
sound
of
good.
fun.
Considering
Sounds
it's a
great.
1.4, it's mightily impressive, honestly.
It is. What's happening there?
Here we go.
It's sort of surprising. It's a very different sound to what mine is.
Okay,
I
I'll be
mean-
interested to jump in yours then and see what that's like.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, like with the Monza system, 2 pipes, they sort of bypass the back box,
Yeah,
and then 2 of them go through it.
right, yeah.
So you get that bit of extra sound. I think this has got valves as well.
Right.
So yeah, there's quite a significant difference. Mine is just sort of loud all the time, but I don't know.
I know something about that with my car.
For some reason, it just sounds louder in this. I don't know if that's to do with the bigger turbo.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's pull over.
Mhm.
Let's jump in your one. We'll
Sure.
See, yeah, we'll see. I'll see if it's if I think it sounds louder as well or not.
Okay.
And yeah, I'd be interested to see how that feels being the older model, and really for the people watching this video, is it worth an extra $5,000 really to go for this?
Yeah, it would be a good question to answer.
That's my favourite noise though. Cool, let's do it.
All right. Right.
That sounds louder.
Does it?
Yeah, definitely.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
think
used
so.
to it. I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds louder to me. Maybe it's because I was doing the big throttle blips on the downshifts,
Maybe.
which was bringing the revs right up. Is that foot down?
Mostly.
That's still, yeah, it still feels pretty fast to me actually.
Sort of taking it a bit steady. There we go. That's foot down.
Okay. So yeah, we're obviously now in Luke's 595. Yeah, initially I think this is louder. There's not a lot in like 3,000 RPM in the comp, it sort of just becomes turbo whoosh. Whereas this, you can hear that exhaust note the whole time.
The way I sort of like look at it, it's got a much sort of bassier tone than the Monza system does. That's very sort of raspy.
Yes.
This is just bass.
Yeah, it's low down boom. That's fun.
So yeah, like comparing it first impressions, what do you think so far?
So initially, sound, yeah, similar. I think a bit louder with your back box delete. Performance then, when you just gave it a little bit, I thought it'd be noticeably slower. It wasn't.
I'm kind of surprised when you say that, because for me it's like I notice a large difference. I don't know whether it's because I'm so used to these cars.
Perhaps, yeah. Maybe it's like because you're getting into that expecting it to be so much more.
Yeah,
and
maybe.
so you're already. Whereas I sort of just. And yeah, it doesn't feel slow actually. I thought it would feel slow compared to that, but it doesn't. I'm sure there is a tangible difference, but I can't notice it that much.
Fair enough.
Interior-wise as well, it's all the same layout, isn't it? You've got the sport boost counter still.
Yeah.
With those smaller numbers on the boost gauge.
Yeah, it is
Mine
fairly
goes to
similar.
like 1.75, I think, the boost.
Yeah, that'll obviously be to do with the bigger turbo in
Yeah.
the comp, so.
And these seats are just luxurious.
Are they much better?
They're just so nice. so relieving. I think I will just go ahead and say it. If you are not an Abarth owner and you've wanted one of these for a while, but you don't have all the money in the world, just from this initial test we've done, he was right over the road, wasn't he? I wouldn't say it's worth spending a lot more to get the newer one.
You wouldn't?
No, not initially, unless you desperately need all of the new mod cons and.
See, that's the thing. That's like, I guess that's like a personal taste kind of thing, really.
Yeah.
See, with my thoughts, because I've had this car for so long, I've sort of known the ins and outs. I've driven a lot of the Abarth range. I much prefer the comp which you're in. It just seems much more premium, more what Abarth stands for, if that makes sense.
And I agree with you with the sort of the bucket seats. And,
Yeah.
And aesthetically, it looks more purposeful, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
I guess if you are just someone, maybe a young driver, looking for something a little bit more sporty than your Corsa or whatever it might be, maybe spending 8 or 9 grand on something like this will actually give you almost as much satisfaction as 15, 16 on a newer one.
Yeah.
If you see what I mean. But yeah, I mean, you are getting your money's worth with the newer car, with all the modern bits. It's faster.
For sure.
It looks better. And you can see where that money's going. And they're probably going to come down in value a little bit more.
Yeah,
So,
hopefully.
That's been very interesting. I think I'll end the video there, really.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Luke, so much for taking me out on yours.
That's no problem.
I appreciate it. As you will know, Luke has his own YouTube channel, LK Horizon.
It's LK Cars now, actually.
Is it?
Yeah,
My
I
bad.
changed it.
Look at that. I'm off brand. But anyway, you've made a video, haven't you, with the comp?
Yes. Yeah,
today,
we're both
so
filming, so.
that will be out on the channel already, if not very soon. So make sure you go to Luke's channel, LK Cars.
Thank you.
And subscribe over there. And if you're into Abarth, you've come across this video because you want the Abarth content, Luke is definitely the channel to go and subscribe to, because he owns this car, and there'll be plenty of videos coming with it, I'm sure, in the future.
Yes.
And many to watch already. So yeah, big thanks, mate. It's been a lot of fun, actually. We should do this again.
Yeah, definitely. It's been great to actually finally collab on a video.
Absolutely,
So-
absolutely. I've really enjoyed it. And thank you all so much for watching. And make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. Like, comment, all of that good stuff. And I'll see you guys very, very soon.